of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All righty. All right. So, this is the opportunity that we have to have public comment on things that are on the agenda. So, I don't know if everybody's looked over the agenda or not, but this is your opportunity, or your first opportunity.
Can you announce what's on the agenda?
I think we have copies of it, don't we?
Oh, there was. I don't know if there's any.
Not always happening.
Yes, Constance.
I just had a question on the discussion on combining wards. Are you thinking of that?
Well, it's just that somebody threw out there that to maybe talk about and look down the road if that is something that is possible or advantageous for the town.
Okay.
Anything, Matt?
What's that?
Did you see anything?
No.
Okay. All right, well, then we'll move on. At this point, I would take a motion to accept the minutes of the regular meeting on May 4th.
I move to accept the regular meeting minutes of May 4th, 2026 as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the regular meeting minutes from May 4th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All righty. We've got the journal voucher report, which is included, which I do believe, isn't that the one here from Morris Merrily?
That's that one. That's that one.
Oh, it's that one. That's a different one.
That one's later.
That one's later, okay. This would be on certain expenditures that happened, that we got a billing early, that usually comes from BlackRock in July, and it came in June. Black Mountain, yeah. Anyway, for $13,000. So they wanted their money in June rather than July, which is normal. So since that was not actually budgeted for, we had to move money to pay them a month earlier than normal. Any questions?
I'll move that we accept the journal voucher report as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the journal voucher as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right,
Ask a question before
go ahead.
So did this $13,000 come out of 25, 26? When typically it would have come out of 26, 27?
Correct.
And we had that,
We were able to move the money and then shift back as of 1st of July when the new fiscal year starts.
okay. So I'll vote aye.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. Yeah, it's just unfortunate when they do stuff like that, it just comes out of nowhere. Everything is the same until it isn't. All right, treasury report. I would take a motion to accept the treasurer's report, please.
I'll move that we accept the treasurer's report as presented.
Could we get a second, please?
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded that we accept the treasurer's report as presented. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, then we'll do the same with the claims and payroll, please.
I'll move that we accept claims and payrolls as presented.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded, we accept claims and payrolls presented. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, judge's report. Did I even see a judge's report? I did not see a judge's report, so I guess we'll skip over that. Mayor's report. I did happen to see one of those. All right, just a handful of things. I was approached here this last week by Joel's good friend, Charles Beckenhauser, and he would like to let people know that he is looking for help to come alongside of him and look into grants to help the town out. And he's probably looking, I think, to link up with Joel and discuss that with him and see where that goes. But he wanted me to bring that up at the council meeting. Just let everybody know. The pool, which has been a tremendous struggle and frustration, but we are running a little behind. We found that the sealant around the edge of the pool where the seams come together probably have not been addressed for at least 4 years, if not longer, at least. Greg Welty would have been the last one to do it. So that puts it at least 22, if not before. So we spent the time, we got that all dug out all the way around, all cleaned up, got the material ordered for it, and they only shipped us the outer layer and not the primer layer. So we've had the outer layer for 2 weeks. And it says for submersion, you have to have the primer. And so then they said, well, the other one was out of stock. You got to order a different one. And it was supposed to be here last week on Wednesday or Thursday. Here it is Monday night, and we still don't have it. Don't have a tracking number. And so now we're scrambling a little bit. That primer, once it goes on, is like a 7 to 10 day curing time before you put the other layer on. So rather than opening the pool like in the week after Plains Day, we're probably looking at a couple weeks later. Because we've got to get the pool filled up and taken care of before we can train the lifeguards. They have to have 2 days in the pool. It just is what it is. But it has been a major frustration. But we will get through it. Sewer extension. That is still in the fairly beginning part of life, getting the surveys done and trying to get that figured out to get that sewer extension down Clayton to Kruger. It's going to be something that will help protect our new well down there to try and get as many people off of septic that direction as we can. But that kind of falls a little bit behind. Basically, we've got the new well out there, which is still being worked on, but we're also looking at the new tank project. The new tank we have to have because we've got a tank that's 61 years old, and it's at the end of its life. It looks good where we'll have the Forest Service property. At least they let us know that it's looking excellent for being able to use that property. We don't know that for positive until we get the stamp of approval, but everything so far looks like a green light. And so confidence is high, and it'll be right above our new well, which will be nice also. And the new well, it looks like, weather permitting, the contractor has kind of handed off part of his money for repaving to the county, and it looks like the county is going to pick up that mantle then. And it looks like potentially sometime later this week, they're going to get that going forward, putting pavement down, which is going to make everybody up that direction, Upper Lynch, a lot happier because it has been a thorn. But they're going to be overseeing that, making sure that the driveways have the gravel that they start out with. And so there's not going to be, hopefully, anything that goes through the screen and they miss out on. The new well is getting close. They're going to have a meeting out there tomorrow with the engineers and the SCADA people and make sure that things keep moving forward. We had a little bit of a issue with the lift station in this last week. We had a power outage for 3 seconds that basically took everything offline. We didn't catch it till Saturday morning and had to manually get things back up and running because the system that is supposed to notify us had a failure. So thankfully, we've got good people working for town and got on it, and it kind of averted basically disaster.
What's the plan to mitigate that for next time?
They're going to be, that's part of what they're going to be doing tomorrow. Like I said, we're going to have the SCADA people and all the engineers, and whatever the part was, I remember what it's called, that failed. They need to figure out something else beyond that, because there's other fail-safe things that were supposed to be initiated and send out signals that didn't happen. So tomorrow, I hope we have a lot better answers. Then the last thing I have is that we do have an improvement. We pumped 3,484,000 gallons. We sold 2,526,086. So we have a 27% loss, which is quite a bit better than the 40% last month. It's going in the right direction. I still say that part of that 27% is that hydrant up there across the Mint, because during this process, once again, somebody had done something and there was water going through underneath that hydrant. When Scott Johnson went over there to paint that hydrant, he said, "Should I be hearing water down there?" And we had just had that issue 2 months before where there's water running down there, and we got that opened up, flushed out, and closed back up, nothing coming through. So all of a sudden we had to open it back up, flush it out, shut it down, and it's good to go again. But what it means is that somebody has, more than likely, whether they've used that hydrant to take water off or what they've done, but basically speaking, that hydrant was not closed and was leaking water underneath. So I've asked the guys to periodically stop by up there and listen, because you can put your ear to it or a stethoscope or something and listen, and you can hear the water that's running under there. So I don't know what the answer is. There's nowhere really to put a camera up there to try and see what's happening at that hydrant, but it would sure be nice to get that figured out. Anyway, that's all I've got for the mayor's report. All right. Officer reports. We'll start with the fire department. I see Tony's here. Hello, Tony.
Here.
Present.
Take the little podium here.
Did you want the microphone?
You got one? No major calls lately. No equipment breakdowns. Nobody got hurt. So the major stuff we've been good on. It's been really slow lately, which is good. Not complaining. When we get into moving houses, we're doing something right. So that's always good. We did put some new decals on our ladder truck this last meeting. We had never officially put anything on that truck that said Plains. It was a Plains Fire Department. So we decided we'd go down and get some decals, and we're excited to roll that out on Plains Day. You guys can see our new Plains City Fire decals on the truck. That's cool. I've been working on some grants. I put in for the State Farm grant. It was a $10,000 cap. Asked for some SCBA's, and it was 2.5 SCBA's. We kind of pick up the rest if I got it. So I'll find out in August if I got that. The AFG grant, I'm working on that one. That's a big one. It's a pain in the butt. All of our government data, whoever put in this stuff over the years didn't put in the right stuff, so it's been a nightmare for me dealing with systems for ward management, the Department of Justice, all the stuff we need for federal grants. Our name, our official name of the fire department is not what they have in their system. So when I put in for the grant, it pulls up Plains Volunteer Fire Department, they abbreviate volunteer, and that's not what our official name is. So I've been working with them to try to rectify that and have a request to have our official name, which is the Fire Department Relief Association of the City or Town of Plains, as our legal business name as of 1938.
Wow.
So, yeah. Fire Department Relief Association of the City or Town of Plains, Montana.
Yeah, what's it gonna take you to change that?
Hopefully the paperwork that I submitted will do it. I had to get the article of incorporation and submit that to them, and then I had to get a few other things. To ask them basically to change our name. So when I put in for a grant, it'll come up as what it's supposed to be, and the Department of Justice doesn't send me an email saying my cage code doesn't match my Sam's account. So been dealing with all that. Hopefully I get that squared away. We can put in for the AFG grant. There's big money in the AFG grant. You can put in for $100,000 grant, and you can put a bunch of those out. So that's my plan for trying to get some stuff. Been working on turnouts forever. I think we got one person left that doesn't have branding set of turnouts. So we're almost there with the turnouts, and then now it's on the SCBA's. So I'm hoping the FG grant help take care of that. State Farm grant I put in, need to get a couple of them. We'll see. What else I got? We're sitting at, I think, 11 guys. Just got one new recruit. I got another guy that is hopefully going to sign up soon. Couple solid guys who just signed up, so I'm pretty excited about that. Couple guys that take off. It's always I get a guy, I lose a guy. I always stay about 10 to 12 guys. So never short-handed, never in abundance, just enough. We get just enough to do what we need to do, so I'm pretty good for that. Yeah, yes, any questions for me?
Any update on your facility?
Yes, that's what I was forgetting. Fire station. So I talked to our contractor, and same thing, supplier issues. He has been waiting on his supplier to get him the lumber package. So that's what he's telling me. He's waiting on a supplier. So I'm chomping at the bit. I can't wait for that to start. We're all super excited to see something being built. So hopefully soon. He's telling me it's going to be any day.
Hopefully before your surgery.
Yeah. So I do have surgery coming up this month, my shoulder. So I'll be in the background for a little bit, but we got some good guys, and I'm not worried. They can pick up the slack. I can still continue to do my administrative stuff on the side. One arm can take with one hand. Yeah. I'm excited for our addition.
I bet you are.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Any questions for Tony?
Yeah, any questions? You guys got any questions for me?
Thanks, Tony, appreciate you. All right, police department, I see we have an officer right there. All right, Chris, you want to step up and tell us a story? Tell us about chickens and roosters.
My public speaking is no good. Tell us about chickens.
Chickens and roosters. I heard you've been on that, kind of track that down.
Trying to make a plan to catch them all.
All right, that's a good plan.
I need a bunch of wild kids that can run fast and dive even quicker.
Just so everybody knows that it's been a real thorn having, especially roosters. I had a call with a lady the other day that she said she was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. So the roosters start at 4:30 in the morning. She said they crow every 4 seconds. And she said, it is just troubling. So anyway, Chris has volunteered to try and get a crew together to try and catch as many chickens and roosters that are running amok, and take them to his place anyway out of town, just to get them out of town, because
Way out of town.
way out of town. Roosters do not belong in town. Anyway, thank you, Chris, for that nice report.
Anytime.
Public Works Department, we got two Public Works people here, and they can tell us individually what they have going in their rooms.
He's gesturing.
Oh,
Ladies
great.
first.
Ladies first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I got to deal with all the technical fallout from the power surges or whatever. When we had a power surge, it also knocked out internet connection that didn't reconnect or whatever afterwards. So that was about 4 hours on Saturday, redoing that, and then Joel walked me through how to hook in some other wires so he could set up some extra alarms for us.
This is Joel with MET that
MET.
runs the.
Sorry, and that. So tomorrow we'll go over more of what alarms, everything else we need to help ensure the lift station or, especially the disinfectant out at the UV or out at the treatment plant is not ever without power in that. Just been catching up on all the maintenance stuff, trying to get things in line with that, and helping out in and around when I can. So it's there.
Thanks, Corey. Sam, I am.
Just to expound on what the mayor was talking about as far as the pool, we have, it's been a real fight for my first year. The pool's kind of been a learning experience, and I think is going to continue to be a learning experience, so hopefully the kids and the adults really enjoy it. I think it'll be great once we get it there, but we have been working on the pool as well as the plumbing at the pool. Been having a few issues with the plumber there, so we're just trying to wrap up things, and he was there last week, so we've had some leaky toilets, some toilets and showers that haven't been maintained, and so we're fighting that. So we're doing the good work. As far as the road mix, we did receive 25 ton of bulk road mix. So we used to use the bags. You'll see us loading them in the truck with a loader hanging up, and we actually went with bulk. So we're gonna start doing road cuts with that. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, you guys will see that, and we're also gonna work on those potholes that are probably the size of Kansas. So we are working on those, and I do apologize, but everything in stride. So. I know that those are really bad, and what we're planning on doing is got quite a crew that's looking at helping us, and then we're going to go out and hit the worst ones first, and hopefully this week we can ascertain enough mix in there and get those things, as many covered as we can. Been working on trimming some trees, cleaning those up. As far as equipment, the loader went down and it was missing an injector, so we took it up to a gentleman and he's putting a new injector in it. We should get that back this week. New water meters. There's a lot of talks so far about receiving new water meters or going with somebody else and getting away from the master meters we're currently with. Today we actually just received the resetter, which is actually it'll incorporate we got to find a place in town here that is a median user of water, and that will actually show the amount of water going through the current meter, the old meter, and then it'll also compare with the new meter. So the new meter is going to be in line. So as we're watching that, we're going to see how much water loss there is off that old mechanical unit. So I'm really excited to see that, just to see how much we've been losing, because I think that's going to incorporate right into what the mayor was talking about with the loss that we see every month with those really high efficient items, dishwashers and stuff like that. I think last thing here is the culverts. Been working on those. Got one in last Friday, and then I started on the second one, and then the rain started. So here we are. So hopefully we can get those finished up before Plains Day. They are going to be really soft. As much as we can, we're packing them down with the roller here. I asked for a little bit of water, but I didn't want this much. And so
It's your fault.
Got to watch what you asked for. So I think that's about it. Any questions?
Thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. All righty, down to library. You're on, Nikki.
Not too much from us, just rolled out a summer reading program today. We're encouraging kids to, go beyond the book and take it, learn some skills in STEAM. So we've got things going on at the library every day that the kids can come and just interact with. Since we have so many kids in the library, we're making sure that there's lots of things, STEM things for them to do. Right now there's lots of aluminum foil over there for them to make mazes and planes and art and all sorts of things. So there'll be new things all the time that hopefully families can come in, but definitely when all those kids come in and spend the time at the library, they'll have something to do. We will be hopefully renting out the pool for the summer readers and their families to have a fun pool day and support the pool. And we're gonna have what's called a STEAM fair. It's gonna be like a science fair, but it'll be all the different sciences and technologies and art projects that kids can come up with, and hopefully also encourage them to enter their projects in the fair too, so get kids more involved in the fair and that kind of thing. We have our race not this weekend, this weekend's Plains Day, the following weekend, June 13th, is our Booking It 5K race, which is not only a lovely fundraiser for the library, it's also a really fun family event. So I hope even if you don't run, just come and clap. That's always a really good time. The more people come and make the day special, the more people will want to do it and spend some money and help the library out. Other than that, Officer Geenan came and read to the little kids for story time last Wednesday. It was so sweet. He did such a good job, and I appreciate it very much that he came and subjected himself to all these little kids who were running around, and they were all so impressed with him. And after he left, they were all, all the little sirens, they were running around chasing each other. It was very sweet. Anyway, I don't really have anything else. That's all I got.
Thanks, Nikki. All righty. Unfinished business, resolution to update the fee schedule. I know it was discussed a little bit last month. Have we got that finished up, Kathy?
Nope. I'm still waiting on numbers from planning board.
So I would think that until we get the numbers on that from planning board and the various places that we need to get, it's probably best if we still, rather than piecemealing it, maybe we should table that. What do you think?
I'll move that we table the resolution to update the fee schedule.
Second.
It's been moved in second that we table the resolution. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so next on the agenda in new business, we have the opportunity here, since we lost a council member from across the road here to, he moved from one ward to another, and as soon as he moved, they say he's done, and then the council basically almost immediately needs to replace him. So we've had two people that have put in for that position to basically finish out till the next election, I think is what it works out to be. And we've got, originally we had three because Connie Faust originally had put her name in the hat, but she decided she just wanted to have the opportunity to serve on some committees and such. But we've got Sean Peterson, and then we have Joanne Mathers. So basically you can take a minute or two probably to read over, I don't know if you read them yet, the information on each one of them. And then it would be a matter of somebody, I would imagine the best way to do it, somebody tell me if it's different, is somebody would give a motion on one or the other and see where that goes. And if they get a majority, then the first one would be in. If they don't, then you'd move on to the next one. Does that sound copacetic?
I'll make a motion that we seat Joanne Mathers Shepherd for the vacancy.
Okay, it's been a motion to accept Joanne Mathers for the vacancy. Do we have a second? Well, at the lack of a second, that means we move on to the next person. I would then entertain another motion.
Would we be able to hear these people out? Like, I mean,
Well, we could do that. I mean, I think we've only got one of them
I
here.
don't
I
know.
see Joanne's here. I don't see,
Well,
I'm Joanne, if you didn't know.
well, I do know, I guess.
But yeah, I don't see Sean here.
I don't see Sean here. Traditionally, if you have a lack of a second, then basically it doesn't go anywhere, but what's your thoughts? That would be typical anyway.
I'm going to abstain on this motion because I've supported multiple candidates, so probably keep me from seconding it as well.
Have we ever elected or have we ever appointed a council member in absentia?
Yes. You mean like in this situation where John is off the council and we appointed?
No, in the situation where we have 2 letters of intent, but only one of the parties is present.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they have to be here or not.
They have to be here.
They don't?
I don't think
Okay.
so.
But this is a council thing, so if nobody seconds this, then it would have to move on. At least that's what I've learned between city council and school board for many years, is that if you don't have a second, it just naturally dies.
Well, I mean, just given that you had, I don't know again the other gentleman, but just that you had the ability to show up and be present tonight, I'll vote a second on that.
Okay, so we've got a motion and a second, and then is there any discussion?
So I'll make a statement.
Okay.
In that I've been on the council for 8 years, and in that time, there are always familiar faces that we see in the gallery. And then there are people that we hardly ever see in the gallery. And I know that people's schedules and everything else kind of dictate that, but what I can say is that Joanne has been present. She attends these meetings, she's interested in what's going on in our town. She attends committee meetings. When we have special meetings, she attends those. And that's why I made the motion, and that's why I supported it, to take that empty seat.
Any other comments?
May I ask a question of Joanne?
Sure.
Have you ever run for city council?
No, I haven't. I've thought about it off and on, but for a long time I worked at Quinn's, and I worked a schedule where I worked evenings, so I was never available to do it. So I always, whenever I was available, I'd come and go to the meetings. But I was on planning board for about 1.5 years, 2 years. I'm not quite sure. I did that for a while. It's been quite a while since I did that, but I was on planning board for a while. And, but always have interest in, you know, I've got family, I've got lots of friends, I've got grandkids around, that kind of thing. So it matters to me, you know, that the town is here, and I've kind of always been, I didn't know Sean Peterson did. I know Sean, Sean's a neighbor, and I definitely like and respect him as well. So, you know, I'm good with whatever choice you guys make on that, so.
Thank you.
Anything else? Yeah, if there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and poll the council members, please.
Chad?
Yes.
Lyle?
Yes.
Sorry, Bonnie?
Yes.
John S?
Yes.
And you're abstaining?
Yes.
All right, so that it'd be a pass then. So, if you want to stick around, I don't think we would seat her in the middle of the meeting. Well, we could, I suppose. So you are officially on the city council now.
Okay.
You can sit in up here if you choose to, and we will have to swear you in probably at the end of the meeting. How's that sound?
We gotta wait for John Lee.
Start getting used to it.
I take that back. We won't be able to swear you in tonight because we don't have John Lee here.
Wednesday.
But you can still sit in. John Lee is our notary, so came up a little short on that tonight. Thank you for putting your name in the hat. All right. Resolution to annexation the Sainer property. So we have went through all the facets of that annexation and all the ins and outs, and now it's just the final motion to accept the annexation and vote on it. So I would take a motion. What?
So, just some housekeeping, since we haven't sworn Joanne in yet, I don't think that she can vote.
Oh, she probably can't, she can sit there, but she can't vote.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yes, but she can, yeah, she can sit there but not vote.
okay.
She can look official, she just can't be official. So I would still take a motion on the annexation, please.
I'll move to approve the annexation.
I'll second.
It's been moved and second that we accept the Sainer property annexation. Could we have a polling on that, please?
You certainly can. Joel?
Yes.
Chad?
Yes.
Bonnie?
Yes.
John S?
Yes.
Lyle?
Yes.
All right, that is passed. That'll make, take that off our plate.
Now we're going somewhere, I think.
Now we're moving on to, has everybody looked this over? This is the scope for the water tank project and some of the upfront engineering issues and such. You'll find that there's some upfront monies that we deal with, and there's some things that we have to, even though the Forest Service has locally and even in the first levels that they've gotten to have said everything looks great, we don't see a problem, yada, 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 combined with the fact that the funding agency for the $1 million, first $1 million forgiveness says, oh, you guys are a shoo-in, you guys are whatever. We still have to show that we are making progress. So we still have to look at the engineering thing. We have to start moving things along. It's going to cost us a little bit of money in the beginning, just to make sure that we keep the funding agencies happy to help us get the funding that we're going to need for the project. Because if we don't get the funding, we have a problem. So, have we all had opportunity to look that over? So then I would take a motion on accepting the water tank scope and fee letter, please.
I'll move that we accept the water tank scope and fee letter.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the water tank fee and scope letter. We'll have a polling on that too, please.
Okay, Chad?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Joel?
Yes.
Bonnie?
Yes.
Lyle?
Yes.
All right. So then we'll move on to discussion on combining wards. This was brought up not that long ago, actually. About a week ago. And it's just something that we don't have to do or look at, but it's something that maybe can be discussed. Whether you discuss a little bit of it here, or you go home and research it, or whatever you do to come up with an idea if it actually is something that you feel would be workable for Plains. There are towns that they just are random as far as anywhere in town. Here we have 3 wards. And we need 2 people from each ward. If it did come down to, if you were combining wards, you would just have 6 people that would be at large, and they could come from anywhere in town. It would take away from where you represent the people in town, but you're, like, if you come from across the tracks, you're representing them, you know, and they have their people to come to. Like Lyle's across the tracks there, they can go to Lyle. But they can come to any one of us. I shouldn't say us, I'm not one of the council members, but any one of you guys, and or John Sheridan, because he's over there also. So it's just something that if you can look at the pros and cons and whether you think it's a viable thing to do or not, it's not something we have to do or need to do. It's just something that was brought up and probably worthy of looking at. I don't know what the ins and outs are of different towns that do it.
Would the election process be different or not?
I would imagine it would change the election process too. I've never really looked into it myself at this point, but it was just brought up a week ago, and somebody thought it should go on the agenda.
I believe the way it is now, you only vote for the people in your ward.
Yes, but if it was,
It would be everybody.
it would be everybody. So there would be a number of different things that would be completely. Yes, Mr. Rowland.
Ask Danny, he knows everything.
Mr. Mayor, I believe this issue has been talked about several times in probably the last 7-8 years, and the last time I think it came up that it was looked at, it was quite a lengthy process, if possible at all. I believe it's part of the charter of town government. So, good time to ask about that would be when Dan Clark is in Thompson this coming month for training.
I think I'll see him tomorrow in Polson.
Yeah. It'd be good.
So he's going to be in Thompson too this month.
Yes, the county's hosting him for a couple days or a couple of times in one day for training.
Yeah, let me know when that is, because I always enjoy getting information from Dan Clark, because he is amazing.
Yeah, he is.
Mr. Commissioner, is that training open to town government?
Yes, it is. Please go.
Yeah, pretty soon he'll retire and we'll all miss him. I mean, he is a wealth of information and knowledge. All right.
So I'd move that if there's a motion, that just to table it.
It's not a motion anyway, but it is on the agenda.
And check with the League of Cities and Towns and see what dynamics it creates. So.
Okay.
I'll second it. You need a motion?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Gives us opportunity to check into it anyway. All right, committee reports. Administration Committee. Budget. That's
What are
you.
you looking at me for?
Yeah, what am I looking at?
So we are going to start getting involved in it. I do have some of the numbers that we require to do the budget. And we will have another meeting this Thursday at 10 a.m. Yeah.
You'll be on that committee.
So yeah, you will be on my committee. Hope you like numbers.
So you'll be taking, yeah, you'll be
You might not be
taking John's place,
Okay.
and you will be on that budget committee.
When do they meet?
Hmm?
When do they meet?
The next one's at 10 o'clock Thursday morning.
Are mornings okay for you?
Not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday and Fridays are good.
Okay. We've been doing them like on Thursdays, so you said that's not going to be
I'm
good
not
for you?
sure. I think I might have something on Thursday morning.
Well, skip it. Nice try, Bonnie.
No, I
That was about it.
Okay.
Really
Can
haven't-
we go Thursday afternoon?
Thursday afternoon? Well, afternoons are harder because Johnny's not here.
Yeah, I took that whole 12-hour block off for 12, or for Thursday, so,
Okay, the problem is I can't be there.
yeah.
Yeah, the problem is, remember, John Lee is here in the morning.
I can be there because I ask you all the questions, so.
Yeah, mornings work better for me because John Lee can run the office.
I get that, okay.
The need is that we have to have at least 2 of the council people there.
Well, if we get Joanne sworn in on Wednesday,
Yes.
we get to go.
Have Joanna Lyle there. Bonnie's gonna be in
I'm
trouble,
not
so.
exactly positive, but I'm pretty sure. I'll tell you about it later.
Oh, you tell me. Okay. All right. Public Works Committee, minutes attached.
And the minutes are there. We are, as was mentioned by our Public Works employees, we are looking at the meters, ongoing discussion, looking into, before we make a big change, making sure that we come up with the right choices and look at the finances for all of that. Also looking into grants that might help us with those meters. We're also doing interviews for a seasonal worker for Public Works on Wednesday. So also that is open until we make that decision for a seasonal worker. Other than that, public is invited to those meetings, so encourage you to come.
Thanks, Joel. Just so everybody knows, we have something like 90 meters across town that have to be hand read because they're no longer reading into the system on their own. So it's getting to be a bigger and bigger problem all the time.
Alright, are you still accepting applications for that open position?
We would.
I have a lot of people coming through the library looking for work, so.
Yeah.
Has there been?
Yeah, we've had it advertised now for a while.
Okay.
Well,
pretty good amount of people.
Actually, no, no.
We've had 3 or 4 applications picked up and only one person has turned one in. So.
Where are you guys publishing the job interview or the job requirements? Is it on the website or on Facebook?
It's on the website, it's on Facebook, it's on the door of the building. I'm not sure where else.
Post office.
Post office.
Do you guys use the job service at all or not?
You what?
Do you
No,
put
I
it
haven't
through
yet.
the job service?
All right. Parks and Recreation Committee. You're on.
Okay. Hi. So lots happening with Parks and Rec. Working on getting possibly 2 more horses for the Greenway. Still waiting on some final details on that as far as the silhouette that they want and then things like that. I spoke with Mary, I can't remember her last name, but she's originally a Lynch, so the Upper Lynch, the whole ranch up that way, her family's from way back, but they are going to buy a horse on the Greenway. So that was pretty cool to talk to her on the phone. Got that going on. The playground that we ordered for the littles is in, the Swiss Chalet and the toddler tower, so hopefully we'll get those installed before the Splash and Bash event we have coming up in August for raising more funds for a bigger playground set for kiddos there at the park. I know the mayor and I have been working on updating the swings, getting new seats, new chains, and Kathy has ordered some of that in. I don't know, did you guys get them up?
They're in. Oh, they're in, they're not.
They're in, they're not,
set up with
yeah. But they're kind of all kinds of fun, different colors and stuff for the kiddos, so they're not just black and green.
Awesome.
So they're different colors, so. But yeah, that's what we got going on so far.
A question.
Yes.
Who installs the playground equipment? Is it your volunteers?
No, we have a company that's coming in to do the grounds work, so, yep. So, I'm gonna be touching base with him here probably in the next week or 2. And they'll get their crew out there and get them working on it, so, yeah.
Are you gonna talk about your crossings down on the Greenway?
Oh, yeah, Sam and Corey have been working on the, crossings. You helped a little stuff, I saw you out there.
I didn't do any of the work, I was trimming trees.
Yeah, but Sam has gotten a couple of the crossings in for the Plains Day event so that people can cross that ditch easily to get to vendors. The Plains Day folks asked if we could get something like that going, and luckily Public Works made it happen. So, yeah.
And were you thinking about painting something?
I'd like to see if we could get the swings painted, the bars on the swings, just some fun colors.
So if there's any volunteers out there, she's looking for volunteers.
Yeah. Maybe we'll. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Thank you. Planning board, None. Police Commission? None. Safety Committee, we didn't do any. And so that brings us right to Plains Day Committee, which is Emily in the back.
Yes. So Plains Day is going great. I'm very thankful for Public Works getting those footbridges in. I think it'll make such a difference. We heard a lot of things last year, the elderly and the kiddos were having trouble or stumbling, getting over. So that's such a big blessing to have those in this year. The parade is going to be pretty lengthy. We went ahead and called everybody from last year, and that does include all the new entries we received this year. So the parade's probably going to be pretty big, which we're super stoked for. This year, Jesse Germain is doing the Plains Day 5K, which will start at the VFW. I believe it's at, I think it's 9. And they're also doing the pancake breakfast this year, which will be at the VFW. So if you want to support our track team and everything, go ahead out there and enjoy some pancakes. We also have our crosscut. We're doing the ice cream. New this year, all the vendors will be on the Greenway. There will also be porta potties with hand washing stations this year, which we're super stoked for. If you see anybody in a lime green shirt that says event staff, that's going to be the association committee that's put on Plains Day. So if you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to them. We have t-shirts this year designed by the kids at the school, and the runners up from the voting we did are going to be on stickers as a fundraiser, so we can make Plains Day even better for next year. Shoot, there's so much. Oh, there's laser tag this year at Fred Young. And I talked with Brian Josephson about closing down part of Willis Street for that morning, so kids are safer to go back and forth, and not as much traffic will be going when there's the crosscut at the VFW, the stuff going on at Fred Young, and everything on the Greenway, just to make it safer for everybody who's around. The car show will be in the dental area, along with the stage with live music from noon to 6, and all the food vendors will be located over there with kids games. We're also working with Project Ascent to hopefully bring a fun little disc golf thing to support them in the other corner of the dental park to really fill up that area and have a lot of fun. We'll also have a watermelon eating contest, a pie eating contest, and then at 6 p.m. all the vendors will be clearing out, but that's when the Ryans start their fun shindig, so there'll be a community potluck, there'll be a limbo contest, there'll be a movie, and all kinds of live entertainment. So there's definitely a lot going on this year. I don't know yet. I have not heard, so that'll be a fun surprise because I'm not sure what movie. But make sure you go check it out because I think Plains Day is going to be a real fun one this year. And everything starts at 10, and the parade will be at 11 as usual. I think.
Is there gonna be a nap time? There's a whole lot going on there.
Oh, if you want to have a nap time, Grapevine Ford is putting up tents, and we have a bunch of people bringing tables and chairs, so there'll be shaded areas this year. So,
Opportunity.
and you can see the cool cars and eat and then take a nap right there. I feel like that's a win-win. Any questions?
Yeah. Questions?
Okay, Plains weekend is Plains Day.
Yeah, the parade is at 11. It'll probably be from about 11 to noon, and when that ends, that's when the live music from noon to 6 starts. So it'll be a full day, and the break in between live music will be the watermelon contest and the pie eating contest in the dental park. Oh, and there will be handicap parking. I forgot to mention that. So where the nursery is, they're going to section off a spot for long-term care specifically. And then we talked to the local police department, and we can put up handicap signs as long as they don't say there's a fine involved. Along that road right where the dental area is, so that way there's room for everybody who is has a handicap or disability who cannot travel as far. They will have a designated spot to be able to park.
Nice.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks for all your work.
Oh yeah, the pie eating contest. I'm making huckleberry pie this year. Ed had requested I make something messy, so I can just do all whipped cream too. I mean, we can have some real fun.
These are good face pictures with that.
Yes.
There'll be some photo ops there.
Definitely.
Thanks, Emily. All right, now we're at the very end. We have public comment once again, so anything that was not on the agenda or was on the agenda, Dan Rowan, he wants to get up here and talk about all kinds of stuff.
I really don't want to get up there and talk about all kinds of stuff. I just wanted to give you guys an update. You had mentioned paving this week on Upper Lynch.
That's what I heard.
Area.
Yes.
Because of the weather, we had planned on paving this week. Because of the weather, we're probably delayed until next week.
Probably makes sense.
If some of you guys were out there, you might have noticed they were pulling out some of the asphalt today. We will put some gravel down, and interestingly enough, I don't know from years and years of more coats of chip seal, but the asphalt / chip seal there was nearly a foot deep.
Wow.
And we were planning on starting at the edge of city limits and then paving that all the way through with a leveling course and then a lift. But after I spoke with Sherry Johnson today, and she informed me that it was not for sure that the town wasn't going to be requesting to run a sewer line in that section, we decided to hold off on that. And Sherry said nothing attracts new infrastructure projects like new pavement. So we don't want to pay that and then tear it up. So,
We don't.
hopefully there's another place to put it besides in the road.
We are looking for other opportunities.
Okay. Which is what she indicated that she does do. I would say, based on the experience we've had with the water main project, the county anyway is going to be a bit more cautious about, I don't want to say cooperating, we do want to cooperate with the town, but that going on so long and then being open all winter and the one lane part of it. So that one lane being gravel and the other lane being pavement, I guess everybody rode over on that other side and it degraded that. We hadn't anticipated paving that at all, but we were going to have to absorb those costs and pave that. And that's okay, but I think in future projects, if it's on a county road, the town should look at sectioning the whole part out.
I agree. It's been a mitigated disaster with that construction company anyway on a lot of that.
Yeah, it just got late in the year to pay. On your journal voucher, I think you said Black Mountain was the reason you needed a journal voucher.
Yeah.
Not Black Rock. I think the county's cost on Black Mountain went up 20% this year. We are pushing back on that a little bit. The county pays approximately $60,000 a year for Black Mountain software. So I guess along with that, I was a little unclear where you guys were journal vouchering from to for this fiscal year, or maybe I should have asked at the time, but I would.
You probably should have. She's looking through.
It's through interfund.
Well.
The interfund.
Interfunds.
It's just a question.
We like questions.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
All right. Anybody else? Well, then I would accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right. Thanks, guys.